I tell him log. And the thing is very, very good to the cowardly, idiotic moron and you know the struggle. Hano hala lock and key. Even Mandina they have those that are jobless. Have a since he said we should sit at home and find out something. And now I didn't go to shop. And I distribute to her something. Also, we sit at home and again with the freedom. I know I have replayed it in here before. I'm a moon again. Everywhere I sit at home, lock and key, sit at home. I go marker. This will show you that many of us have a long way to go. Those that are facing reality will know in their mind that these things they are doing will not get us there. Even the one we are doing alone, left up for it alone, it will be hard. That is why Mazi Alozie kind of want everybody. That's why he calm down. Like that, so many people that have walked against this struggle in the open, they leave them. It's painful, I know, because we are not equipped with armament we need to confront the system. Anything you are doing now, you are your own. Which armor do you have? Anybody, a matured-minded man, a very pure, sincere, matured mind will know that these things, sit at home, can't give us Biafra. Economic sanction cannot give you Biafra. We need to come in unity. What is holding us is not outsider, if you must know. What is holding us is not outsider. What is holding us is inside. And that is why we devote our time to destroy any internal enemy we see. What is disturbing us is not external enemy. The major problem we have is internal. Because they are giving the external information on where we are, on how we operate. So that's the reason why somebody will come at that time, why are you every time let us shake Nigeria instead of you? Simon is talking about shaking Nigeria, shaking from his bedroom. See how you listen? So if every day I come here and I'll be lambasting Nigeria government, I will turn to fire you, you will die, you will this one, you will say, I'm doing a good job. You are not normal. You see what he said? He said, we enlighten you. Like many of them now that don't know the history of Biafra. They don't know about the amalgamation. They don't know how Nigeria came into existence. Many of them are the ones that are clamoring for PVs. But you, even though it's hard, even though the situation we find ourselves now is hard, you yourself, you know what happened to us. You know what happened to us. You know the reason why Ojukwu decided to rescue his people. You know the marginalization we are facing. It's not that we are poor in our land. It's not that we don't have natural resources. Maybe we say, okay, please, let us not divide. Let us hold on this Fulani. If we leave now, we will suffer.
There is only two ways. There are only two ways. My grammar has to be correct. Only two ways to fight for your freedom. Only two. Not three, not four, not five. Either you go to the ballot and vote for the people that you want to see govern your lives, or you go to war. There is no sit at home. You do peace, you sit at home. Never. Has never worked in the history of humanity. The only way you can get Biafra
has never worked in the history of humanity. Sit at home. Sit at home, sit at home. Can't you see the governors are shaking now? Everybody is shaking. Can't you see that even the pastors now, everybody is now shaking? The governors that are shaking, Obiano have shaky finish, then go to America and join himself. Everywhere is lock and key, lock down. I tell him, log. And the thing is very, very good to the cowardly, idiotic moron and you know the struggle. Hano hala lock and key. Even Mandina they have those that are jobless. Since he said we should sit at home and find out something, and now I didn't go to shop. And I distribute to her something. Also, they sit at home and they with the freedom. I know I have replayed it in here before. I'm a monetical again. Everywhere I sit at home, lock and key, sit at home. I go marker. This will show you that many of us have a long way to go. Those that are facing reality will know in their mind that these things they are doing will not get us there. Even the one we are doing alone, left up for it alone, it will be hard. That is why Mazi Alozie kind of want everybody. That's why he calm down. Like that, so many people that have walked against this struggle in the open, they leave them. It's painful, I know, because we are not equipped with armament we need to confront the system. Anything you are doing now, you are your own. Which armor do you have? Anybody, a matured-minded man, a very pure, sincere, matured mind, will know that these things, sit at home, can't give us Biafra. Economic sanction cannot give you Biafra. We need to come in unity. What is holding us is not outsider, if you must know. What is holding us is not outsider. What is holding us is inside, and that is why we devote our time to destroy any internal enemy we see. What is disturbing us is not external enemy. The major problem we have is internal. Because they are giving the external information on where we are, on how we operate. So that's the reason why somebody will come at that why are you every time let us shake Nigeria instead of you Simon is talking about shaking Nigeria, shaking from his bedroom. See how you reason? So if every day I come here and I'll be lambasting Nigeria government, I will turn to fire you, you will die, you will this one, you say, I'm doing a good job. You are not normal. You see what he said? He said, we enlighten you. Like many of them now that don't know the history of Biafra. They don't know about the amalgamation. They don't know how Nigeria came into existence. Many of them are the ones that are clamoring for PVs. But you, even though it's hard, even though the situation we find ourselves now is hard, you yourself, you know what happened to us. You know what happened to us. You know the reason why Ojukwu decided to rescue his people. You know the marginalization we are facing. It's not that we are poor in our land. It's not that we don't have natural resources. Maybe we say, okay, please let us not divide. Let us hold on this Fulani. If we leave now, we will suffer. I don't just understand the virus they injected in many of us. Normally, people supposed to be begging us for unity. But you see, most of us are begging for that unity. We need one Nigeria now. One Nigeria will move forward. We need one now. I begin to get confused. Are we the one that's supposed to beg for unity, or that's begging us for unity? So that's what he said here. What he said to educate. You see what I have here? Let me make sure that is what I have. So, the man said, this is at home with freedom.
Enlighten you.
Enlighten.
We mobilize you worldwide, as we said. Did we say that before? And then we go home and confront. We help you remember. Very simple. 3 steps. Educate, enlighten, mobilize people all around the world to demonstrate. Then you go home, you meet your enemies head on. There is only 2 ways. There are only 2 ways. My grammar has to be correct. Only 2 ways to fight for your freedom.
That's what the fighter gets.
Only 2. Not 3, not 4, not 5. Either you go to the ballot and vote for the people that you want to see govern your lives, or you go to war. There is no sit at home. You do peace, you sit at home. Never. It has never worked in the history of humanity. The only way you can get Biafra is to say, as our great brother said, one of the finest men we ever produced, if you know him, you will know he's a very intelligent man. Boycott all boycottables. War. Because if you go to vote, you can only get the same people. Even if I vote you in with the best intentions in the world, you go to Abuja and they give you one malam to dance sleep with you, come up and start talking rubbish the next morning. They give you your boyfriend when you go to the north. Has a little bit of it. But they work people will be nice. They come up and start talking jazz the next morning, regardless of who you are. Because the system is inherently corrupt. The system is bad.
Right.
You can't change it. It's like a policeman stopping you at the checkpoint back in Biafra land, and you're there shouting, saying, I gotta go. You start to be American, I gotta go. You gotta leave me, you gotta leave me. You're making noise. That single checkpoint cannot change the policy from the Inspector General of Police. They are collecting money from him. You can't change it. We educate, we enlighten you, we mobilize you on the 30th of May, and pray to Chukwu Abiyama, ask the spirit of the dead, ask them to go and rest in peace. And then we meet our enemies head on. I'm going to 2014 kind of here. What are you going to do? You ask yourself. Two things only you can do. In life, everything is true. Everything is true. Spoken and darkness and light. Is that correct? Everything is true, hot and cold. Everything is true in life. See that you're blind or you can see. See that you can walk on your leg. Everything is true. Everything is true in life. The same way, there are only two ways through which you can get your freedom. Anybody, that is only two things you can do. One of two things or both of them to get your freedom. You know what that is? You volunteer to fight or you contribute your money.
For sure.
End of story.
Oh, well,
Period.
You hear what he said. That is why I'm talking to those, especially, I have a WhatsApp group. I'm going to begin to remove people. I have to thank you people a lot for being part of that group. I will look into it as from tomorrow. Anybody that is not a registered IPO member, I will remove you from the group. Registered IPO member, I'm going to meeting, especially those living in Western world. One day we don't want I from outside while you are a Biafra. Then I guess I'm supporting you people. We are supporting DOS, but I'm not a member of IPO. No, we are not into that. We don't need anybody to support. What we are doing is a just cause. But we want to thank many of you for have seen light and condemn evil. But we are going to know who is who. Do you see what he said? He said either you volunteer yourself or you contribute. Finish. Two things. But we have somebody now who have added something. He's even collecting from people in the name of super chat. He's not volunteering himself on ground. He's not contributing anything. He's not contributing financial. What he said now. He said either you contribute your money or you volunteer yourself. As the case of volunteer forces or ESN. Two. So how are you going to be contributing financially? If not, if you didn't register to be paying the necessary things they ask you to pay. That's what he said here. That's the only two. He said two, he didn't say three. I repeat before I leave it.
And pray to Chukwu Abiyama, ask the spirit of the dead, ask them to go and rest in peace. And then we meet our enemies head on. I'm going to 2014 kind of here. What are you going to do? You ask yourself. Two things only you can do. In life, everything is true. Everything is true. Spoken and darkness and light. Is that correct?
Yes.
Everything is true, hot and cold. Everything is true in life.
True.
See that you're blind or you can see. See that you can walk or you're leg. Everything is true. Everything is true in life. The same way, there are only two ways through which you can get your freedom. Anybody that is only, there is only two ways. There are only two ways. My grammar has to be correct. Only two ways to fight for your freedom. Only two. Not three, not four, not five. Either you go to the ballot and vote for the people that you want to see govern your lives, or you go to war. There is no sit at home. You do peace, you sit at home. Never. Has never worked in the history of humanity. The only way you can get Biafra
has never worked in the history of humanity. Sit at home. Sit at home. Sit at home. Can't you see the governors are shaking now. Everybody is shaking. Can't you see that even the pastors now, everybody is now shaking. The governors that are shaking, Obiam know how shaky finish, then go to America and join himself. Everywhere is lock and key, lock down. I tell him, log. And the thing is very, very good to the cowardly, idiotic moron and the struggle. Hano hala lock and key. Even Mandina they have those that are jobless. Since he said we should sit at home and find out something, and now I didn't go to shop. And I distribute to her something. Also, they sit at home and they give the freedom. I know I have replayed this in here before. I'm a monotical again. Everywhere I sit at home, lock and key, sit at home. I go marker. This will show you that many of us have a long way to go. Those that are facing reality will know in their mind that these things they are doing will not get us there. Even the one we are doing alone, left up for it alone, it will be hard. That is why Mazi Alozie kind of want everybody. That's why he calm down. Like that, so many people that have walked against this struggle in the open, they leave them. It's painful, I know, because we are not equipped with armament we need to confront the system. Anything you are doing now, you are your own. Which armor do you have? Anybody, a matured-minded man, a very pure, sincere, matured mind will know that these things, sit at home, can't give us Biafra. Economic sanction cannot give you Biafra. We need to come in unity. What is holding us is not outsider, if you must know. What is holding us is not outsider. What is holding us is inside. And that is why we devote our time to destroy any internal enemy we see. What is disturbing us is not external enemy. The major problem we have is internal. Because they are giving the external information on where we are, on how we operate. So that's the reason why somebody will come at that why are you every time let us shake Nigeria instead of you Simon is talking about shaking Nigeria, shaking from his bedroom. You see how you reason? So if every day I come here and I'll be lambasting Nigeria government, I will turn to fire you, you will die, you will this one, you say, I'm doing a good job. You are not normal. You see what he said? He said, we enlighten you. Like many of them now that don't know the history of Biafra. They don't know about the amalgamation. They don't know how Nigeria came into existence. That many of them are the ones that are clamoring for PVs. But you, even though it's hard, even though the situation we find ourselves now is hard, you yourself, you know what happened to us. You know what happened to us. You know the reason why Ojukwu decided to rescue his people. You know the marginalization we are facing. It's not that we are poor in our land. It's not that we don't have natural resources. Maybe we say, okay, please let us not divide. Let us hold on this Fulani. If we leave now, we will suffer. I don't just understand the virus they injected in many of us. Normally, people supposed to be begging us for unity. But you see, most of us are begging for that unity. We need one Nigeria now. One Nigeria will move forward. We need one now. I begin to get confused. Are we the one that's supposed to beg for unity, or that's begging us for unity? So that's what he said here. What he said to educate. You see what I have here? Let me make sure that is what I have. So, the man said, "This is at home with freedom."
Enlighten you.
Enlighten.
We mobilize you worldwide, as we said. Did you say that before? And then we go home and come back. I will help you remember. Very simple. 3 steps. Educate, enlighten, mobilize people all around the world to demonstrate. Then you go home, you meet your enemies head on. There is only 2 ways There are only two ways. My grammar has to be correct. Only two ways to fight for your freedom.
That's what the fighter gets.
Only two. Not three, not four, not five. Either you go to the ballot and vote for the people that you want to see govern your lives, or you go to war. There is no sit at home. You do peace, you sit at home. Never. It has never worked in the history of humanity. The only way you can get Biafra is to say, as our great brother said, one of the finest men who ever produced in Bono, if you know him, you will know he's a very intelligent man. Boycott all boycottables. War. Because if you go to vote, you can only get the same people. Even if I vote you in with the best intentions in the world, you go to Abuja and they give you one malam to dance sleep with you, come up and start talking rubbish the next morning. They give you your boyfriend when you go to the north. As a little people, but they work people will be married. They come up and start talking jazz the next morning, regardless of who you are. Because the system is inherently corrupt. The system is bad.
Correct.
You can't change it. It's like a policeman stopping you at the checkpoint back in Biafra land, and you're there shouting, saying, I gotta go. You start to be American, I gotta go. You gotta leave me, you gotta leave me. You're making noise. That single checkpoint cannot change the policy from the Inspector General of Police. They are collecting money from him. You can't change it. We educate, we enlighten you, we mobilize you on the 30th of May. And pray to Chukwu Abiyama, ask the spirit of the dead, ask them to go and rest in peace. And then we meet our enemies head on. I'm going to 2014 enemy here. What are you going to do? You ask yourself. Two things only you can do. In life, everything is true. Everything is true. Spoken and made darkness and light. Is that correct? Everything is true, hot and cold. Everything is true in life. See that you're blind or you can see. See that you can walk on your leg. Everything is true. Everything is true in life. The same way, there are only two ways through which you can get your freedom. Anybody, that is only two things you can do. One of two things or both of them to get your freedom. You know what that is? You volunteer to fight or you contribute your money.
For sure.
End of story.
Oh, well, you know what he said. That is why I'm talking to those, especially, you know, I have a WhatsApp group. I'm going to begin to remove people. I have to thank you people a lot for being part of that group. I will look into it as from tomorrow. Anybody that is not a registered IPO member, I'll remove you from the group. Registered IPO member, I'm going to meeting, especially those living in Western world. One day we don't want I actually from outside while you are a Biafran. Then I guess I'm supporting you. We are supporting DOS, but I'm not a member of IPOB. No, we are not into that. We don't need anybody to support. What we are doing is a just cause. But we want to thank many of you for have seen light and condemn evil. But we are going to know who is who. Do you see what he said? He said either you volunteer yourself or you contribute. Finish. Two things. But we have somebody now who have added something. He's even collecting from people in the name of super chat. He's not volunteering himself on ground. He's not contributing anything. He's not contributing financial. What he said now. He said either you contribute your money or you volunteer yourself. As the case of volunteer forces or ESN. Two. So how are you going to be contributing financially? If not, if you didn't register to be paying the necessary things they ask you to pay. That's what he said here. That's the only two. He said two. He didn't say three. I repeat before I leave it.
And pray to Chukwu Abiyama, ask the spirit of the dead. Ask them to go and rest in peace. And then we meet our enemies head on. I'm going to 2014 enemy here. What are you going to do? You ask yourself. Two things only you can do. In life, everything is true. Everything is true. Spoken and made darkness and light. Is that correct?
Yes.
Everything is true, hot and cold. Everything is true in life. See that you're blind or you can see. See that you can walk or you're leg. Everything is true. Everything is true in life. The same way, there are only two ways through which you can get your freedom. Anybody that is only two things you can do, one of two things you can pray to Chukwu Abiyama, ask the spirit of the dead. Ask them to go and rest in peace.
It's M. Josh on the beat.
Let's talk about Aburiako. Now waiting happen for Aburiako. Now waiting they discuss for Aburiako. Now waiting make way no call. After 54 years in Nigeria, still they shake to break. After 54 years in Nigeria, still they shake to separate. Life's don't go, people don't buy, things don't spoil. But you could solve the debt, but you could fight the debt, but you could try to stop and slow, but Nigerian government refuse. Somewhere for Ghana, they been discuss restructuring. There was problem and they agreed to restructure Nigeria. On the 4th and 5th of January 1967, General Gowon Ideja, him accepted the Aburiako. General Ankara Ideja, Colonel Ojukwu Ideja, and they accept the Aburiako, and they accept restructuring. But when they come back Nigeria government refused the deal. Them causing problem. When they fight people into theory, they execute genocide on us and them call them war. Them kill my people plenty, them call them war. Them kill our mama, them kill our papa, them kill our uncle, them kill our aunt, them kill small children, them kill 5 million people, them kill the people where demand for restructuring, the other people who were demand for restructuring. After 54 days, them still be kill, them still they shoot, them still they want. But today, everybody they run, helter-skelter. Everybody they run, headsmen they kill, terrorists to shoot, government to thief. God don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government to keep my people for genocide. Our battle situational understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Let's talk about Aburiako. Now waiting happen for Aburiako. Now waiting they discuss for Aburiako. Now waiting happen we no call. Let's talk about Aburiako. Now waiting happen for Aburiako. Now waiting they discuss for Aburiako. Now waiting make way no call. Nigeria they like this today because nobody talk the truth. Nigeria they like this today because government na lie. Them go use the ammunition for church and media go claim the shit. In our curriculum for school, them not teach us our history. Now where we go learn, now how we go learn. When the Kanu come save us, Nigeria government teaches them. Nigeria government arrest them. Nigeria government to shoot them. Them use media paint and black. Them Nigerians hate the truth. Now which day where we go wake up? Now which time where we go stand? Nigerians no one here. Nigerians no one truth. Nigerians no one learn. We dey dance to the government tune. They kill us, they do us. They deceive us, they confuse us. They give our land to strangers, our eyes come open. They give our land to strangers, Nigerians come wake up. Suddenly, what don't happen? Nigerians they talking, say they want restructuring. Suddenly, Suddenly, you're waiting, no juku, see, don't have no. Nigerians, they talk, he say they want restructuring. Nnamdi Kanu with Nigerians, everybody come open eye you. Nigerians, they cry, he say they want restructuring. Plenty of my people who want the referendum, them no want restructuring you. Nigerians, they cry, he say they want restructuring. God don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government to keep my people for genocide. Our battle situational understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Let's talk about Aburia call. Now waiting up for Aburia call. Now waiting to discuss for Aburia call. Now waiting up we know call. Let's talk about Aburia call. Now waiting up for Aburia call. Now waiting to discuss for Aburia call. Now waiting make a way no call.
Compris, Sampe, IPOB, IPOB, IPOB. Yes, so I don't come again, no. No election in Biafra land, whether they like it or not. Makonye to election, on Abuwa Osa, Sampe, Biafra nine, no election, we say no election, Waki Bonine, Anurano Merenti, Epurezano Melano, we say no election, Biafra no election, Okwawa Tachomantia, Obola Chongwa. So kwani purunono na ndizu jina bagara Nigeria no bagara ani choro kani no referendum no election in all Biafra land makonye tobo to na bugu awusa osunu bubani unu busi ani no election no election, we say no election, Waki Bonine, Anurano Merenti, Epurezano Melano, we say no election, Biafra no election, Something, Spaghetti Gambudu, Macaroni, Sibu Mazi Nnamdi Sironato Nato. Ndị suri na-eji na-agbagharagara ndị ọha na-ese ndị Igbo ndị okenye alụrụ a ha wee fụ eziokwu ha ga-ekwu a na-egbudi ya iru na maka ego ndị su ndị ọchịchị anyị bụ ndị a si lekotewa anyị wee dara anyị wee na-egbu ka ọkụkọ maka na anyị na-ekpere Chukwu okike abịa ma ihe mma bụ na onye tụọ vootu ọ na ugwu Awụsa onye tụọ vootu ọ na ugwu Awụsa election. We say no election. Mmadụ Igbo niile. Anụrụ anụ n'omere ntị. Ekwuru ekwu n'omere ọnụ. We say no election. Biafrans no election. Ọkpasị n'ọsọ chụba nwata. Ọ nababe ya. Maka na udene ka nke ọbụla ọgwụ. Gee ntị ka m gwa unu.
You see what we are saying about people. You see what we are telling about the brain of Nigerians. They need to be sanitized. They are putting out publication. Oh, we are going to hold a debate in diaspora. You name the organizations that they're going to hold a debate in the presidential debate. They are having the presidential election in the zoo, and you're coming in the US to come and make the debate. What are you hiding? You don't make the debate where every person in Nigeria can have access to it and say their mind, ask questions. No, you're holding it here in America. And you say men in diaspora. The people in diaspora are the same ones you reject. The same one Lai Mohammed were attacking, those in diaspora. That they have no input, they have nothing to say concerning Nigeria. And now the same people are coming to say they are holding a presidential debate. Who is irresponsible than Suleiman? From Kwara, Fulani. And then underlying factor there is, he said those that conduct the 1st October celebration in the US. And then you say all Nigerians, you say the doctors, the Lawyers Association, you kept naming them and naming them and naming them. I said, that's good. That shows you how anemic Nigerians are. They just, it's something wonderful, very wonderful indeed. And you cannot do anything. You just hear. Who are you debating for? Who are you presenting these people to? They are busy killing people. They are busy ransacking the roads for any vehicles that's struggling. For anybody walking around, they will ransack the whole thing. I'm not saying wele or ambush. They ransack. It's like excavating. And you're telling me you're holding debate for the candidates. And let's see the candidates you're going to bring. They already called you the result, and you're Dan Suleiman. I really don't have much to say. On top of that, the same Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation have stopped over 30 radio and TV stations. Is this a coincidence? What's their crime? Oh, they are owing 3 billion, 4 billion, 6 billion. And you're giving them 30 days to comply. Or that you gave them a grace period and they didn't comply. Do they have the money? And you're closing them down. And you extended to the internet as well. Is that a coincidence? You're not reading the writing on the wall. Nebuchadnezzar, you're on my book this week. It's something very, very disturbing. Money. You closed out the radio stations. You closed the television stations. They are owing you. But you're owing foreign airlines. And then you're coming here to conduct election debate. The people that are suffering, the people that are the ones on fire, cannot hold the debate. You try to project the image that you don't have. For you, the giant of Africa, to all foreign airlines. Not one, not two, not three, not four, many. And they pulled out. And you're still giant. And the dwarf is the one providing you with the airline services. The dwarf, they are very reliable because of their population. They know what they're doing. They're organized. You're only a giant everywhere, from anybody from everywhere. You merge them together, you are one. You are indivisible. And you are drowning. Overloaded ship. As always the case, once the ship is overloaded, even aircraft, even a car, once you overload anything, it crashes. It's principle, is question of principles, thinking. If you go and overload a boat, it will sink. If you wear overcoat, nobody will see you. You will see the coat, you can't see somebody wearing it. You can't see the individual in the coat. It's just a ghost making a movement. And then everybody takes off running. That is what we're experiencing. You're having a debate. I just want all of you to know. There are people in diaspora. I think you're being sandwiched, and it will not be wrong to actually let our people know what is going on. It says it's the New York, August 17, Nigerians in diaspora to hold a debate for presidential candidates. The Nigerians in the U.S. intend to hold a debate for all presidential candidates that are contesting on the 25th of February 2029 Nigerian presidential election. The presidential debate is tagged the Diaspora Lessons. It's scheduled to hold on November the 26th. The debate is being organized by the Organization for the Advancement of Nigerians. You hear the fanciful word. The debate is being organized by the Organization for the Advancement of Nigerians Incorporated, in collaboration with the other, in collaboration with the 15 other Nigerian partner organizations in the United States, organizers of the annual Nigeria Independence Day Parade, the largest gathering of Nigerians outside of the homeland. Letters of invitations have been sent to the presidential candidates. These were the people that tell the October 1 parade that we dwarfed them. Who are those? They are the Fulanis. They were the ones that tell the parade. They are the ones always holding it. Nigeria is theirs. Nothing works. How can you owe somebody? How can you owe airlines? The same person, the same people, the same country owing airlines have money to give away. You go to Nigeria, you give them billions, but you are robbing Peter to pay Paul. And you have this kind of people coming to tell you what they are going to hold. For all of you that are not serious, you're doing one Nigeria. You are not serious. You're not serious. You're not serious because all these things is just a deceitful way of doing things. The United States shows one of the largest numbers of Nigerian citizens and associations worldwide that are critical to the political and socio-economic development of our dear country, your dear country, despite difference in tribes. And you see, do you see the political nature of this? And guess what? We believe that according to the publisher, We believe that the 2023 presidential election is critical and the consequential election that has generated so much enthusiasm, interest, and support among the Nigerian communities and compatriots in the diaspora. Who told you that? And according to him, therefore, it has become pertinent to keep the Nigerians in the diaspora abreast of the candidates. Let me get you the end of it. It says, Olainka Dan Salami, that's Dan Salami, signed by Olainka Dan Salami for the organizing committee. And then these are the people they are sending the letters to. Okay, I will read it, I will publish it so that it will become an issue as, are you amongst them? Those people, you hear their names here. I want the Biafrans and to those it may concern to know who they listed here. Absolute Faith in Jesus Christ International Church, Akwa Ibom State Association, Akwa Ibom State Association, New York Association of Nigerian Physicians in Americas, Celestial Church of Christ, Cherubim and Seraphim Church Movement, Christ Apostolic Church, first in the Americas, Egbe Olomu, Progressive Organization, Igbo Organization, New York, Organization for the Advancement of Nigerians, NIDO, New York, Nigerian Independence Day Committee, that is NIDO, Nigerian Lawyers Association, Nigerian Nurses Association, Regional Council of Nigerian Muslims Association, Umuokpu Ngwa Association, USA, and Diaspora Incorporated. So these are the diasporans in the US, but they are inconsequential. They are not wanted in anything concerning Nigeria. But here you are, Dan Salami, rosemarizing the deficiencies of the government. Radio Biafra is something else, because we look at things and we expose them for what they are. Upon all the upheaval going on in the zoo, people are being massacred every day. These people you mentioned, don't they have relatives you kidnapped? Don't they have relatives you raped? Don't they have relatives that you murdered? Don't they have relatives that they acquired their lands by force? Their crops destroyed? And now you're coming to tell me you're Dan Salami. One thing you're not aware of is the extent of colonization that has taken place. Go to any government office, ministry, appointment. Who heads it? Who is at the head? They are all Fulanis. Every ministry, organization, whatever it is, even the Nigerian airline, even the central bank, they put a token rubber stamp person there, reporting to a Fulani man. And the money keeps disappearing. A whole central bank cannot pay, cannot account for the money that airlines are depositing. Hey, we've been operating, we need our money. Oh, no. But no money. No money, money not there. But you have money for Niger. You have money to service all African countries. But you don't have money. You don't have money for the day-to-day running of the country. No day-to-day running, efficient running of the country. The country is going down. The country is sinking. The boat, overloaded, sinking very, very fast. It's for all of you to know. And not only that, you see number of the professionals that are fleeing. Fleeing. They are fleeing. They are running away. Physician not recognized in his own country. They treat you like a toilet paper. They cannot even pay their teachers. But they have money. They have money to give to foreign countries to impress them so that they look like a giant. They look like big brothers, but they turn around and tell those dwarfs, please, our people will be using your airport and your airlines. That's robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's what we're saying. That's what we've been talking about. This topic today was hurriedly selected because I didn't know I was going to be preaching. Even the women, if I had known, I would have let them continue to sermon and sermonize your mind. This is the way we are. This is the game that they are playing. For you to be told that, you see, the impression they are creating with this publication, this notice, is to tell you that Nigerians are together. That's really what they are portraying there. Like if American government sees it, oh yeah, many Nigerians are participating. Oh yeah, even Igbos, they are there. Oh yeah, they are there. That is the impression they are creating, and come what a year, the election was credible. That's prelude to it. If not, why are they closing the radio stations? You're closing radio and TV stations all over, clamping down on the media. Prelude to the election. How did they come to owe you that much money? You didn't clamp down on them. Today you're clamping down on them. You didn't make it easy for them to. Yeah, give them grace. Hey, waive it off as a loss. Because there's no way they can come up with those billions you're talking about. And you know it. It is a way of clamping down information sharing. When they'll commit mayhem, people will not hear the news. People in Iguacha will not hear the news. People in Enugu will not hear the news. People in Ahaba will not hear the news. People in Benue will not hear the news. People in Kwara will not hear. That is how they continue to clamp down on the media until the media is completely worked out. Why is Ali down in the detention? Because of information sharing. That is his crime. And they're telling you reasonable felony. And this is what happens when you see the truth, you don't say it. You see the truth, you keep quiet as if nothing happened. As if you did not see or hear anything. And the next day, it will be your turn. Likewise to all those that are running around participating, you want to go vote and get your PVC. If you don't get your PVC, we drive you from the community. And they are driving you from your community. The people you're working for are the ones driving you from community, and you don't realize that they are driving you from community. Therefore, you are pursuing somebody that will eventually save you. You're not learned. You have no clue about the political turmoil going on. And you're possessed with your rank. You are Obong. You are Igwe. You are Obasi. You are the one man that grows the tree, the orange tree that satisfy the whole world. No, one tree, one orange tree satisfying the whole world. You take titles, bogus titles that will lead you nowhere. This is what we're going through. This development, you see how they are linked together. You owe foreign airlines, the central bank cannot pay. You give money to Niger, you don't have money to pay the airlines. You give money to African countries, you borrow money, you cannot generate money. You have your resources that run in billions every month, but you cannot pay anybody. It's more than meets the eye. It is incredible. And all of you are jumping up, I'm a Nigerian. And when somebody says, hey, I'm not a Nigerian, you get angry. Why don't you be a fool? Why don't you join us and drown? Simple logic. The boat is overloaded. The boat is overloaded. It's going to sink. And it's sinking very fast. Where's the captain? Somewhere around. Where is the co-captain? Somewhere around. Where's the pilot? In the cabin. Where is the co-pilot? In the cabin. What are we going to do? The plane is overloaded, it's going down. Yeah, what are you going to do? Start throwing things away from the sky? And then the nature will kindly take care of you. How are doing that?
Before I proceed,
and when you're in the ship that is sinking, nature will also take its course. The only way is jump the ship. Jump before it sinks. Discard that idea of one Nigeria. Jump the ship. Disintegrate as quickly as possible. Nigeria is overrated and overpopulated. People that should not be one are forced to be one because of economic banditry. And the owners of these resources cannot get a dime, cannot get a nickel, but the exploiters are the ones suppressing your progress, stopping you from progressing by bunching you together. Have you ever wondered why African countries are small in population? They go according to their tribe. It is only in the zoo. It is only in the zoo that they want to do the impossible. And they are seeing it as a failure. And they cannot accept that it's a failure. Rather, they forge ahead and continue to fall. When are we going to learn? Look at all those names listed. And I hope other people will have the resources and publish them. And let's see where they're coming from. Let's see the relationship they have with the Nigerian political committee, including the Christians.
before I proceed,
those that are being murdered, it's not affecting them. Oh, you kill the Christians, okay, no problem. We have some more Christians. So you continue to have until you get to the saturated point. Then you start to dwindle. Saturated point or the limit is where you reach. Instead of going up, you start going down. That's what we are dealing with. That's the kind of issue which, when we see them, we bring them up. We make you aware. We make you understand that things are not the way they are supposed to be. Nigeria is too big. The population is so much that they will sink. And they are sinking very fast unless people go their separate ways. The Arewas can manage whatever they want to manage without fear of anybody. When they fail, they know they failed. When they succeed, they know they succeeded. The Oduduwans can do the same. The Middle Belt can do the same. The Biafrans can do the same. Go your own way. Manage your resources. Manage your activities. If you fail, you know why you failed. If you pass, you know why you passed. And then you make adjustments. And these adjustments will make you flourish. They'll make you flourish. Let's continue to see what's up and what is not up. That is the way we are. And these are the things that we point out to you. We point them out in good faith. Yeah. Okay, the people are getting ready. Biafra Awareness Day. They're ready. And what you're hearing is part of the woes that befell Nigeria. And they don't want to accept the truth. They don't want to tell you what they did. They don't want to tell you the crime they committed. Crimes, not just crime. The genocide they committed. And Dan Salam is coming here talking nonsense, writing nonsense. There will be publication of all the people that are involved in this conspiracy. He said they sent letters to them. Not that they're actually in there. And don't you see how condescending it is? How they can let down Biafrans and Nigerians at home. They don't care, they don't count. Or you come to the United States to project image that you don't have. You're not talking about the money you pay to have them flown over to the United States. You're owing the airlines. How will they get here? Not but until November. This is how we squander money. You squander money anyhow. Money is there for your priority. Whatever you want to do, you have the money. But whenever it concerns the poor people, you don't have the money. Mismanagement. And who are those? The Fulanis. They're everywhere. All the parastatals, they are there. They covered everything. And they are running the country down. and they want you to come and debate. You sent a letter to all the candidates. And they'll come here and speak grammar. How they are going to turn you around in one day. But they're busy slaughtering you. I'd like to see how many people that will pose questions to them about the atrocities going on in Biafra land. I would love to see that. I'd love to see how many of them that ask them questions about the bandits, the cattle herdsmen, the Meiti Allah, the ISIS. I would like to see how many that will ask them questions about the siphoning of money, resources. I'd like somebody to ask them questions about how come the giant of Africa and the smaller countries are better than they are, and why they are claiming that they're giant. Not that the economy is working. Economy is not working. All the professionals are jumping ship, running away. And they are still claiming to be giant. I want you to come and vote. The one they voted in 2019 is not working. And now 2023, they want you to come and vote again. If that election is going to be credible, what happened to the PVC people's PVC that they found in different places that were dumped? Dan Salame, you got something up your sleeve. It's no other group that is doing it but the Fulanis. They are the ones. So they are the ones running the country. The country belongs to them. Then why are you having the election in the first place? Why are you having the election if the country belongs to you? If every government office is held by the Fulanis, what are the other ones coming to do? To come and wipe your butt. And we tend not to understand. We tend not to see what they're doing. We tend not to comprehend what's happening. They want you to come and vote. The killings have not stopped. They're still going on. They want you to come and vote. As if when you vote, the killings will go away. If the Fulanis are the ones conducting the killings and they are not being stopped, how is it that somebody else will stop it? All the atrocities that are going on, none of the candidates have condemned any of those actions. None of them. So that gives you a sort of a preview as to what you're going to get. Quiet as usual. Blind as usual. Deaf as usual. We hear nothing, we see nothing, we say nothing. Keep on killing. The same people are taking over parts of the Northeast, installing their emirs and their whatever. Nobody's talking. Nobody's seeing. Nobody's hearing. The same people are taking over lands. Nobody's seeing. Nobody's hearing. Nobody's saying, but they're telling you, come and vote. Yeah, presidential contender. Presidential contender. To preside over who? If you cannot be able to run a government that is solvent, if you run a bank that will be solvent, you handle the issues of the country and make it solvent. If they fail, the country is in hands of people that are incapable of doing anything. And these are the ones that are telling you they own the country. When you realize that when they tell you they own the country, they own it. It belongs to them. Any other activity you're participating in is sheer waste of time. It's like cosmetics. That's what you're applying. And you want to tell me the country is so united that you listed all these people. You are putting the Biafrans squarely in your game. And these are the same Biafrans that you're killing. These are the same people. I don't know who you're killing. Continue to kill people. And I will name those organizations again, so that if you're one of them, you will ask why. Olayinka Dan Salami is the originator of this. And copies were sent to Absolute Faith in Jesus Christ International Church, Akwa Ibom State Association, New York Association of Nigerian Physicians in Americas, Celestial Church of Christ, Cherubim and Seraphim Church Movement, Christ Apostolic Church, First in Americas, Ebo Olumo, whatever, Progressive Organization, Igbo Organization, New York. So all the Igbo organization, they are going for the debate. New York Organization for the Advancement of Nigerians, New York. Then you have a Nigerian Independence Day organization or committee, whatever. Nigerian Lawyers Association, Nigerian Nurses Association, Regional Council of Nigerian Muslims Association, Umuokpo Ngwa Association, USA, and Diaspora. Ndengwa. They are calling you guys saboteurs. They said they sent you a letter. So that is that. That's what we're seeing, that's what we're watching, and that's what we're hearing. Pass it on to you. Debate. How come? It's something you have to think about. You did not debate in the country where the election will be taking place. You carry it to US. That is the mentality we are talking about. Inferiority complex. You come where there is light. You come where the amenities are robust. You wake up in the morning, you eat and drink tea and eat toast and act like a big man. After that, you vanish. You go back to the zoo. Why don't you people come here, learn something, and go back home and duplicate it? Or replicate it? No, you don't. Once you're here, you see everything and enjoy it, to go home, you go back to your old self. Bandits will continue the activities. Mighty Allah will continue the activities. Cattle herdsmen will continue the activities. And then ISIS will take over. Start the establishment of a governmental body and the installation of emirs. And then they collect taxes. But you didn't see it. You don't know it. But we continue to inform you. To be informed is our policy. To be informed. We keep you informed. Learn by being informed so that you will not be swallowed. So that you will not sink with the boat. This is our message. This is what we are talking about. And we believe the soonest the worst will be over. This is what we are saying to you. For people with common sense, you have to ponder. You have to ponder about these organizations that they pointed out. They make it seem like they're in cahoot with them. I don't want to attack them individually because they might not even have seen the letter. It's something they ask, are you going to participate? And it is our job to tell them the consequences if they venture to make a fool of themselves. It is our policy. It is our principle. And these are the things our leader taught us. We are following the footsteps of our leader. What will he do in this case? And what will you do if our leader hadn't been extraordinarily rendition? We told you, keep your guns. And this is what you do. These are the things that make you remember about your past. What they have done to us, what they did to us, what they did to us. Terrible. Welcome, are you all ready? Okay. All right, you all ready? Hello? I think they are ready. You all alive? Okay, I'm joining you. Go ahead. Well, line. Yeah, there will be a little delay. We're going to switch because this one is interrupting. It's not there. Let me send a message. You're listening to live broadcast from Radio Biafra USA. We are joining the London event, Biafra Awareness Education. And once the internet is stabilized, we will join them. I'm waiting to see if the link will be sustained. That's what we're experiencing. They are singing the national anthem now. As all of you are aware, is what we need to know. Go ahead.
We're having too many silence. Can I please now invite the UK National Secretary?
Everyone calls me Chichi. I'm glad to be your guest today, and what I'm going to do is to, first of all, tell you how this all started, Biafra Education Awareness Day examination, and also welcome you to be 2022. So, someone said, as I quote, said, education informs celebration of our liberty. Our liberty is preserved when we educate ourselves and the younger ones, those that are coming after us, about where we are, where we are going to, where we have been, the past, the present, and the future. That is what education is quite fine. So, if you do not educate, how would you know? Malcolm X said education is the passport of the future. But the bar belongs to the preference today. The country is what are we here for? That was still lacking. Not because they're not out there, but because there is books. They are on YouTube. There are places that we need to go and search them out. So it's not wrong. It's because our history. And some we're not being told. That's the thing. I agree with that. That is why we have to be something not being known. How do we then? What is not known? You cannot pass to other people. How do we then pass the information to our children? So after May 2018, after the program at Trafalgar Square, I began to have this burden in me that we have to do something that will help us gather together, not always here. Even when we're having our zonal meetings, when we're with each other talking, we have the urge to talk about our history. And I presented it to my friend's family, and I said there's need. It wasn't called to be dead. I just said there's this burden, this desire in me to have our education passed to other people, to get to know about Biafra, to get to know about our history. And when I said it in the meeting, all I did was inform them, and I had the opportunity also to inform our then UK National Coordinator, Dr. Justice Lloyd, and he just said to me, write me a proposal about this idea you have. And I wrote the proposal, and he said, okay, we'll go for it. So we made in all the various trees and it was the first history of everything. I mean, moved to different topics. And at the time, we had to do the genocide that occurred during the Biafra Civil War, Biafra Nigeria Civil War. And today, because there are some people what they were going through. They couldn't understand why the world was keep turning a blind eye, why the world kept quiet. And those people not speak to Biafrans. And that's what we're here today to remember the humanitarian aid rendered to Biafrans during the Civil War. We're here to recognize it. Let them know, to let the world know that we never forgot, that they stood up for us and they stood out and said, no, we'll not keep quiet and watch Biafrans suffer this way. So we're here today to remember them, to talk about what they did for us, and to let us understand, let the world understand that, no, you might have our history, but we never forget. We always remember. I welcome you all and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chichi. Please, we will have to watch the clip, but it's going to be played now on. The script. We have to tell our story by ourselves. We cannot tell our stories for us. Thank you.
There's a slight change to the program. We may have a program. And all of Carol Monday was supposed to give us a talk about how Nigeria started out. Unfortunately, she's not able to make it today, and we pray for speedy recovery. That leaves us with the definition of genocide, because before the humanitarians moved in, there was something they were witnessing throughout the world. That's what provoked the response. So we need to try and define genocide. What is it? So that people can be confused about it. So because of time, we're going to take a quick clip from what one of our doctors, even lectured being a lecturer before. I was last year with other than the school. What the definition of genocide is. And they will then go into a little bit more detail about what the genocide did to people before there was a response from the militaries. So that's sort of to cut down the shorten the time phase. So are we ready for the weekend is seriously for maybe about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll start the talk. Thank you very much. Once we have been defeated by technical difficulties, after what they call talk about rhubarb. Okay. The issues are some people did not agree whether you Biafrans or friends of Biafrans like it or not, that what happened to us was genocide. I read somewhere the argument is some people in their mind is that when you kill them all off, then you have committed genocide. But it's not really what UN define it as. You don't want to get to the stage where everybody died before you can say you've committed genocide. In fact, during the Biafran War, someone said, if we wait for that stage and all Biafrans are killed, then there'll be nobody to complain there was genocide. So we want to prevent it from happening. The Genocide Convention went about to achieve, because there was a great wall of silence when the Jews were being massacred during the Second World War, gas chamber and so on and so forth. But when they came to look at it, the Jews themselves said never again, okay? And because they said never again, there was also a convention which recognized but the one in Belgium was, the one called Bells. So I had school days there, and I was horrified, even though I just survived the Biafra War, the way the Jews were treated, because it was happening within for some unknown circumstance, one of my school teachers was one of the British soldiers that went through that town. It just happened. So they described that people didn't even know what was happening in their backyard. But after when the British or the Allied forces went through that area, they called the locals to come and help clear the bodies. They were being shoved in with caterpillars. Into mass group. Some of the graves are 20. So that was the Jew. It's a history that happened, which is only unique to Nigeria. Is the longest running genocide in this planet. It's been ongoing since May 1960. Sound, in other words, without the gas chambers, okay? There's great evidence about the genocide our people have gone through. I'm not making it personal because I survived the war as a child, but when you look at the evidence, you know that there was genocide before the war, during the war, and after the war, okay? And we need to know that before somebody hijacks the story, as the National Secretary was telling us, someone hijacks the story and tells it a different way. And so there was no genocide. We wouldn't even teach you history at school. We should be history under the carpet. But it's up to you people. You have 24/7 your parents, the first generation, what I call the auxiliary generation. I praise them because the class of 66, 70 were really brilliant human beings. They survived something which is really difficult to put to words. Some of them choose not to talk about it, and that is the problem. And those who can talk about it are very saddened when they do. So the duty of us, every single one of us, especially veterans, is to record what's happened. Because the first time we had a lecture in this hall about Biafra, or the beat lecture, the inaugural speaker was the person who looked at the hospital during the war. It was Dr. Shepherd. He was 94 when he came and sat in this very seat and explained to us his experience. So our parents, those who went through the war, don't really have any excuse apart from the emotional trauma to record for the next generation what happened. Are we ready? Okay. So I just want to keep it there. What genocide is as defined convention. Okay, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm actually speaking from some general practitioners to come here. Okay, so this quote from Kofi Annan actually sums it up for me. And he said that a genocide begins with the killing of one man, not for what he has done, but because of who he is. Let us keep this at the back of our mind and reflect as I take us through genocide. Killing of somebody simply for who he or she is. Okay, so and I'm going to take us through this format: what is genocide, the politics of language of genocide, and steps to genocide. We briefly explore the situation today. I am aware that other speakers are going to explore in deeper aspects of it's systematic process of killing a large group of people, because of the destruction of a group of people, because of ethnicity, religion, race, Greek word, countries who served as an advisor to the US Department of War was quite key in defining this term and mainstreaming it, but making it part of our language today. And the other synonyms of phrases relating to genocide is physical destruction, intent to destroy, indiscriminate killing, wholesale killing, and the rest of them. So we carry on. And now, if we look at genocide in details as by the Genocide Convention, which was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948. And this came into force in any of the following acts committed with the intent to destroy. Intent to destroy. So when elements which are listed for 5 things. And these must occur to try to prove that the genocide has occurred under international law. Another thing that we need to be aware of is that genocide can take place both in time of war and in time of peace. So let us not be carried away thinking that it's only maybe during war that you can have it. And it's also an internationally recognized crime. It's a crime against humanity. And it is also punished as Article 3 of the Genocide Convention. There is complicity in committing genocide. So one can actually be tried based on these 5 things. So genocide itself, the conspiracy to commit it, inciting people to do that directly or indirectly, then attempting to do it, and maybe being complicit in the planning or execution of both of it. So when we go down to the possibly passing children to other groups and nice. So one is very easy to do achievement is starting so Troy requires so the mental
This poor network connection. The message
is even when so as we see going suffering with even having committed it. So so how do we sorry, I think I've skipped. Slide. Okay, so the last it's going to definitely prevent them from achieving whatever their aim is. So these are the things that make it very difficult for us to prove the intention of the intent to commit genocide. So the big questions remain: was there an intent to physically destroy the Igbo nation? People's comment on people have to focus on. As they say, does not even know the heart of man. So very difficult. I'm going to give about 2 cases in law, which have been explored is to draw inference from the perpetrator's external actions. So the action has occurred, but you can draw inference to what the likely intent is to gather the relevant facts and second. A number of international law cases can help us to put this in context. Now, if you look at the Rwandan genocide, and in the cases versus the prosecutor and Muvunyi and Gakum BC, the tribunal went on to say that it is possible to infer genocidal intent inherent in an action, and you can charge that from the perpetrator's deed and utterances together, as well as the general context of the perpetration of other culpable acts. So the tribunal went on to hold that evidence of genocidal intent can be inferred from physically targeting of the group or their property, the use of derogatory language towards members of the targeted groups, then weapons employed in carrying out the acts, and the extent of bodily injury, or the methodological way, because from the first definition we gave, we said it's a deliberate and it's a systematic way of doing things. So if you put all these things together, if you piece all this together, you can say, yes, the intent can be established. And today, when we study more, we are going to see whether that can be established for the Biafran case. Okay, so genocide doesn't just start occurring in a day. Most times, a whole lot of work is put into it. It can span over years, or even decades, or even centuries, and all these things gradually build up to the last stage of it. So we are going to gradually take this stage one by one. So there is this issue of classification where you try to classify the group you want to attack different from other groups. So it's the we versus them or the us versus them group, and they are easily given labeled. Then another thing too that happens is that there could be symbolization, and by this, so there's this idea of symbolization, and in Nigeria today, you can also see that being used by a dot in a circle or spare parts dealers or whatever, using certain languages that you can use to identify these people, and it could be based on anything, including tribal marks. It's very common that we hear all these saying that Nigeria has an evil problem. So they think that, demonize them, make them the cause or the scapegoats, let it be, paint them as the people causing all the problems we have, so that we can have justifiable reasons to attack them or to do whatever thing that we want to do on them. Then when you think about organizations too, most times, this is not very common in Nigeria, but most times too, these people are given a particular area separate from, it's easy for you to target them and easily killed by that. Then the other issue is polarization. So we try to then it leads us to the eighth stage, and that's the stage of preparation. So in the Eastern case, we can roads in the north that followed shortly after that. Then that went on. Then the issue of persecution we have. Whether it's like or whether it comes as a full-scale war, as we had between 1967 and 70, that was backed up with blockade and starvation policy and the economic policies that followed shortly after. The 20 amounts, Kenyan banks, and the indigenous. Then the issue of denial. I have apartments that they are living rent-free in this denial phase. Even 51 years after the Civil War ended, the federal government They fought very hard to silence the truth, but all to no avail. Britain and Russia, because of their complicity in this whole thing too, they've also been silent. And the continental shelf has been renamed to right of God. He made a very lovely presentation there. The panel came up with a recommendation which he never saw the daylight. There is no historical civil war taught in schools or taught anywhere. Federal schools, even in our own states, which is hard. Then they censored movies around Biafra. I remember when Chimamanda's Half of the song was the premiere in Nigeria, they refused that it would, and they actually did and removed so many parts of the movie, making it so useless for people to go and watch. I mean, losing the essence of the message. Then we've seen the citizens' arrest of two Biafran agitators, and we've also seen the same people taking photos with bandits, their so-called bandits, with terrorists, and the rest of them. Then even innocent civilians. Okay, let's leave the agitators around. Let's leave the self-determination.
One family, categorize it in Nigerian situation, and then I'll let Billy, our increase more or less, look at it from a different angle. And it's all like this. And lessons from the World War. This is all history we're privileged to be here today. Okay, let me see if I can. So bear with us for a second. So that's entitled, I call it Genocide Nigeria, and I was talking about it earlier on. I think it's particular to Nigeria, and that's why I call it Genocide Nigeria. But the key thing is the survival of the human spirit. Biafrans survive. You can't really kill every single person from the tribe if you wanted to. It's a very, very difficult task to do. But because of the human spirit, there will always be survivors. And so without that, further ado, I'll just okay. I'm not going to. So can I not share? Share. From here, share. Share. Yeah, following on from what Dr. Uche left, what I'm going to do is to quickly run through, because of the time constraint, I'm not going to go too long. So this is what happened in Nigeria. Then if there's a July coup, was there a June coup? So yes, in Nigeria there was something called the January coup, and everything seemed to hinge around it. There's the issue of who did it, was blamed that it was the evil coup, and so on. So the July coup was supposed to be somebody else's coup. And today is not the day to debate it, but it appears that the purpose of January coup was to try and arrest the drift in Nigeria. Political unrest in the West, political unrest in the Middle Belt, instability in the whole country, perceived to be corrupt. So the young hotheads, I call them, they thought the best way to get around is to kill the current political leaders. There was an asymmetry in the killing. In other words, you kill one part and then left some other part. So the parts who were killed got very upset, to say the least, and they turned on the other side and tried to wipe them out. Okay? So it was not just revenge, it seems to be a primordial hatred, if I can use the term. So this is what is known as the Araba riot. Araba, I can't pronounce it properly. We say, how's the word? And it means separation. Let us separate. You and I, we call ourselves Biafrans and IPOB. We want referendum to decide whether we should continue to be in Nigeria or not. But these ones didn't ask for referendum. They just want to kill other people and go away. What if you're going to go away? Why in the northern part of Nigeria was to allow them to break away and then take forward. To make the matter worse, was when everyone So, because there's nobody to heal. Thank you very much. Many people left in the north where those who have died, those who are dying. There's nobody left. Nearly rather the victims were the Easterners. I don't know what you're seeing in these. Here's my pointer. When the killing started, they had to flee. Some people describe it as the size like Western Europe. If you're having to run from, let's say, to escape, and so on. When they return, they have wounds, some were maimed for life, and so on. People were stitching people's hand or half severed, bullets stuck in the skulls had been extracted, some just died. Paper cutting from the Observer newspaper. This Observer newspaper is UK based. And you see, I don't know if you can see from there, where my laser pointer is the Niger Bridge. Yeah?
Can you remove that?
So it's what they call the Zoom bomber. Okay. Right. Okay. You can see the length of, there's a shot, a screenshot where people are crossing River Niger and all these lorries are having some, like, lots and lots of poetic words on them and reminding us of peace and all. So usually from a different part of the world is what they call the immigrant population. They do everything to survive, their children. It happens in various countries. But here, you turn those immigrant people, when they have to go and get, garbage trucks to collect them and dump them in mass graves. If they're not, these are the ones that couldn't get away. Those who managed to escape en route to their home, they were descended upon. This guy is 6 foot tall, he has got it. married, intestine car, rape bandits and flaming armed seven rescue, and then put back in the train. So when they returned, then people will see this. Those who managed to escape had various wounds, too numerous to count. Parents and several nearly chopped off the arm, and this one was burnt and attempted burning, and burnt alive. Why am I saying all this? If you don't know what has happened, and someone tells you about it, you're going to deny it, but these were documents. Okay? These are what happened to human beings. And what happened? The tribunal, the Nicholas Tribunal, the Eastern Nigerian government set up so all these people who escaped had a chance to literally document what happened to them. You know, oh, I was in the north, someone defend that. One of my aunties had a I can tell my relatives in my pieces when they brought the back to his village, he wasn't allowed to get into his compound. It's just not, it's an abomination. You can't have pieces cut and coming back in. So not only are they desecrated, not only are they killed, they are also desecrated. It's an abomination your tribe for this to happen. Remember what the future say about dehumanizing? Yeah? They were dehumanized. And that was before the war started. Okay, so I'm showing you this. If someone asks you, there was no genocide, it was a riot. It wasn't really like that. It wasn't done out of the, because, oh dear, let's get a revenge. It was planned. It was